KP.
And I am Braydience.
Welcome to episode number 2. I promise I won't keep naming all the episodes, but we're still in the process of acting brand new, so that's what we're going to do.
Right. We can still tell our baby's age in weeks.
That's right.
So.
That's right. Our baby is 2 weeks old today. So today on the show, we are going to be touching on the NFL in preseason, life inside the NBA bubble, and in relationships, amongst other things, a talk on the rites of refusal. Does that sound intriguing?
I'm super freaking intrigued.
Is it intrigued? Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat, actually.
Okay. Man, I'm sorry. I'm just trying. This is what I get for trying to be fancy. I get my eyelashes done. I'm sorry. Y'all don't want to hear about this.
What's happening? Are you being attacked?
There's a little winglet, like just hitting the corner of my eye, and I'm regretting the whole thing right now.
Let's call the whole thing.
I'm regretting it until I look in the mirror. I'm like, hello.
As I look at this picture of us, and I just noticed I have no eyelash. I look dead. I did not come to play that day. I don't know what was going on.
Let's get this show over with.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, though, I think before we took that picture, I pulled my lashes off. Like I had like a few, and I was like, ugh, ugh.
How do you do that? I've heard other women that
with
do that.
My hands.
Oh,
but
gosh.
You know, I've been doing it pretty much all my life, and it's terrible. So it's so easy for me. I see when you dainty ladies, you have an eyelash out of place, and you'll go like this. So for those who can't see me, you'll be able to see it, you know, when you do us the favor of subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But anyway, shameless plug.
Yes.
Y'all will go like that with y'all's finger. My initial reaction is, just yank them. Just get them on out of there. Just
I can't.
Eliminate the problem. Let's not try to solve it.
That looks painful as hell.
I love it.
I barely touch it when I try to yank it. Sometimes, like in one little, I call them winglets, those little lashes, the renegade lashes. If one of them tried, like I poke it a little bit, so I can't even try to pull it out. So I don't know how you do it. So I'm just
like a pro.
What's the saying? Beauty is pain. Yeah.
Oh, and what is your last name?
That's right, pain.
Come on, beauty is pain. How?
Essence.
Listen. Are you literally the poster child for a saying that's been around forever? Because look at your face.
I mean,
it's beautiful.
Oh,
look at just.
Oh man, stop. So let's go ahead and talk a little sports. So first of all, let me just say I'm excited to just watch sports. I don't care if it's badminton. I don't care if it's putt-putt. I don't care if it's...
What's the thing where they... I only see it during
curling.
The curling.
Where they like kind of sweep. And honestly, I feel like if you can sweep a broom, you can make it to the Olympics. I should have thought about that when I was like 16 years old.
Listen, as much sweeping as we had to do as kids, I feel like we could be Olympians at this point.
That's right. I mean, I feel like if you can sweep on ice, you can make the Olympics. So at this point, I'll watch curling. Well, I watch curling anyway.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm that person that'll stay up till 1 a.m. on USA during the Olympics watching Winter Olympics.
No way.
Curling. I'm the reason why they air that stuff in the middle of the night. That's me.
The only thing I was ever interested in for the Olympics was track. That was
track
it.
And field.
That was it. Not even field, just track.
I watch everything, but my favorites are track and field, gymnastics, and swimming.
Okay, so gymnastics when I was younger. And is there ice skating?
The Winter Olympics, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, when I was younger, because I wanted to be an ice skater. That's gymnastics. She's gymnastics. So Dominique Dawes and Christy Yamaguchi in ice skating, and I just was. I mean, you know, we were around when the Nancy Kerrigan,
Tanya
Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
She was that was a rough woman.
I will never forget that lady being on that floor holding her knee. Why? How old was I? Maybe 6, 7? She's like, why?
Was that a Netflix or It can't be Lifetime, because if it was Lifetime, it probably wouldn't have been that good.
Oh.
But
Womp, womp, womp.
Like A Fatal Affair. I don't know if anybody checked that out this weekend.
We know who'll never be a sponsor.
Right. No, I do. Now, there's a couple I can't even discuss on this show, a couple Lifetime shows that I love.
Ooh, we'll talk about that.
I like Married at First Sight.
I don't have cable. I got rid of cable quite a few years ago.
Y'all, she said, I don't have
I don't know. I remember being in school and that was a bad thing. That was frowned upon. You were broke. You were poor. You don't have cable. What? You didn't watch 106 in Park yesterday? Well, I didn't go to my friend's house. So no, I didn't watch 106 in Park.
Don't know who's number one.
No, I didn't. Probably Bow Wow.
Probably.
That's all I know. It was probably Bow Wow. But no, I don't have cable. I don't watch much TV. The only reason we have a television in our bedroom is because somebody bought it for us. So I remember even, I don't know if you were there here recently. Not recently, but a while back, I had a gathering at the house and the TV was on for some reason that day. And everybody was like, oh, I didn't even know that thing worked.
I was shocked. You guys, wait, your TV works? I thought it was there for show.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was talking about, Netflix had I'm going to get to sports, I promise. But Netflix had this movie with Omar Epps and Nia Long this weekend that came out called A Fatal Affair. That was terrible.
I keep seeing the picture of Nia Long with the phone
upside down.
like
she's holding her phone. She said that's how good that movie was. It was terrible.
Oh man. And then I hear it's a remake of that same movie that Hollywood just keeps remaking.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was basically except they didn't close the deal, if you know what I'm saying. They just almost
that was good enough for
had
him.
love in the club, but did not quite get there. And he did all this crazy stuff anyway. And the crazy stuff is so unrealistic and he's not crazy himself, I don't think. So he couldn't make it I don't know. It was bad. Worst movie either one of them have ever done. Aww. I'm sorry.
And it's been a while for both of them, right? Hasn't it?
I don't know. Maybe they've been behind. Oh, well, no. Omar Epps, I saw him on This Is Us. It's a show on NBC.
Oh, that's the one I won't watch because it makes me cry.
Yeah, he's been on that, so he's been busy.
There was another show. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna get back to sports.
That's right.
I forgot that, and I cannot think of the name. It was like a pretty lengthy one word name of a show he was on. He was one of the stars, and people kept coming back from the dead. And it wasn't like a weird sci-fi show. It was something like, it looked like a normal, like This Is Us type TV show where these people were coming back from the dead. And when they would come back from the dead, one thing that they noticed about these people was, and they would come back, years later, but they would look how they looked when they passed. And for some reason, they were real hungry.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They just wanted to eat.
Now I got to find out what it was.
It's so, and I think they cut it off after 1 or 2 seasons, but when they shut it off or whatever, decided not to bring it back, it was just getting good because at first it was like a couple people here and there trickling in. And then all of a sudden it was just like a bunch of people. And you see, they did this big pan out shot and some of the people were in like war uniforms, indicative of the fact that maybe they died in the midst of war. Like it was.
What in the...
It was
confusion?
I am confused, but it was so good. And it was just Omar Epps in this random suburban town, all these white. I think he was the main character. Whoop, whoop. But he was the only black person in the show. But yeah, no, I'm gonna find the name of it and I'm gonna let you know. But it was so good. This was like maybe 3 years ago when I watched TV and had cable.
If anybody out there knows the name of this show, please write that or send it on Braydience's Instagram, please. Because I'm lost. And I feel like I should have watched this.
But are you intrigued?
I mean, I am intrigued. I'm like, there's so much going on. Like, yes. I'm still, I just started watching Homeland. I'm obsessed with the show now and it's over. The show's over. So I could talk about that show all day. But anyway, let's get to sports. So the NFL canceled the preseason this week because the NFL, first of all, they weren't the NBA or the NHL where they had to cancel their season in the middle of the season or postpone their season in the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. They actually had the luxury of time to lay out some type of plan. And I'm referencing, obviously, COVID-19, but they didn't. So before
dropped the ball, huh?
Like the day before training camp was supposed to start, lots of superstars from around the league basically had an organized effort to voiced their concerns about how little the NFL has done to prepare them as it relates to coronavirus or lack thereof. So J.J. Watt was on there saying, we need a plan. We have no idea. And he was putting them on blast. This is what we don't know. And he had a list of things we don't know, safety wise. Russell Wilson was saying, my wife is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's up? So only because of that, they were supposed to have a preseason coming up. Players were supposed to report to camp, but instead they are canceling the preseason, which is usually 4 games. Or this was the last season they were going to do 4 games. But so now they're going to, it's baffling to me because if you know sports, the best, they have commissioners, and the best commissioner to us, and I doubt anybody's going to disagree with me, is Adam Silver by a long shot. And that's the NBA commissioner. Everybody hates the NFL commissioner.
Is that the tall, skinny guy?
Yes.
I know. See?
Tall, skinny, bald dude.
I know who you're talking about.
And he's just the gold standard for commissioners in sports. No, not. I don't even want to say his name. He gets booed during every draft.
Really?
Yeah, that's how much people dislike him.
If you can, short and sweet. When you say they canceled the preseason, it's 4 games. Is that when, because I don't really have a team, but if I have to pick a team, it's going to be the Saints for sure. And I don't oftentimes get to see the Saints and Texans play one another. And when they do play, it's preseason. Is that correct?
Usually, and then usually if they don't play often, they'll play like once every 4 years. Like they do, like the Texans do with the Cowboys, for example.
Okay. See, and I don't know what the Texans do with the Cowboys.
So like they're in this, like they don't play the Cowboys every year. Since they're in a different conference, they play like once every 4 years.
Why would they? Okay,
I have no idea.
Because this is right up the sidewalk.
Yeah,
it's like Dallas is a trip to Walmart for us.
They're in different conferences too, so when they play, it doesn't matter as much as far as because it matters more when you win a conference game than it does a non-conference game.
Okay, well,
but they do play in preseason a lot.
Okay.
So and same with the
Saints.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that this isn't like my 4th year where they were supposed to play and they decided, this year is going to be the year. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's not like I could have gone to a game anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't know what the schedule is because honestly, I haven't been keeping my hopes up that the season is going to even happen at all because, and the way that the NFL is handling the COVID-19 issue is even more disheartening because they had all this time to come up with a plan and didn't. It took the players to shut things down so they could get stuff right. So far, the NFL they were supposed to come in earlier, but they're going to come in about a week later than they were supposed to. So they're going to have like staggered returns based on your position.
Okay.
And they're going to have daily testing for players over the first 2 weeks.
So have they done testing yet? So
they were supposed to report to camp, but as of this recording, they have not reported to camp yet. So they'll be there by the time, by the time this show airs, everybody will have checked in already, hopefully.
Okay, because I could have sworn, I thought I saw something somewhere that said like 80-something players had tested positive.
So it's right now it's around 60. That was actually
6. Okay.
The 80 was an incorrect number by the press, but as of right now, 60 players have tested. But that's at-home testing. But they're going to be tested daily once they start practicing daily for the first 2 weeks, with the possibility of lowering the frequency to every other day. Only every other day. I don't think they're doing the nose swab unless.
That's not efficient at all. And I hope they're not doing the blood. I hope they're not doing the nasal swab because I would just quit.
I don't think
because you've had the test done, right?
That's right. It is not fun
at all.
They poke your brain.
Yep.
It is not fun.
They poke it and then they rub it a little bit.
First of all, you feel like a leper because they put you in a room all by yourself. Like, don't touch us. We'll be back. Like they bring the X-ray to you.
Right.
Like I had a chest X-ray and I had the nose swab, and they have to go in both nostrils. It's not like one and done. It's like, and the nurse was like, "I'm so sorry."
Right.
She's like, "It's gonna feel like you're sneezing," and I was like, that is the most accurate. You know, that little pain you get right before you sneeze, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, but it's just for an extended amount of time.
Right. No. So when I did it, I didn't know that it was both nostrils. I thought I was being picked on. I thought I was like, let's make sure she looks like she might have it. So, and you know, just I've been in situations where I've been hospitalized and been awake, and when they're putting a tube in your nose, they tell you to swallow. It'll make it easier if you swallow. So my dumb ass, I'm sitting up there watching me swabbing me, and I'm trying to swallow, and she's like, wait, it's pulling the swab. It was
like a vacuum?
It was like so bad because, you know, it's in my nose and I'm making motions to make it go down. Girl, she was just like, you don't have to swallow. Don't swallow. Because I'm trying. I was just trying to find
thinking right now.
Some kind of relief.
If someone tuned in right now and heard you talking, they would be thinking something totally different right now.
Look, I'm trying to swallow and it's just...
Stop.
Just stop swallowing.
But yeah, the test isn't fun. So I don't think either the NBA or NFL players are getting that kind of testing. They have something a little bit more advanced, but they do revert back to the swab, I think, if they're tested positive.
Okay.
But they're only going to change the frequency to every other day if the positive tests drop.
Okay.
So, but with that said, there's still a lot of issues, financial issues, how people are getting paid this year. Some people have guaranteed money, some people don't. Oh. So some people are incentivized to play and some aren't. Some people are good. So
are they going to have a bubble like the NBA?
But see, that's the thing. Like they had like 4 months to figure this out and nobody did nothing. It's like they put all their energy into the draft. And then that was it. Like, well, guys, we did it. Nice work, everyone. Nobody said, so when are we going to start the COVID planning? Nobody said that.
Maybe it's going to be like one of those people who's like me. I'm a last minute worker. You can give me 3 months to do it, but I guarantee you, unless you need milestones, it's not going to be done. And even the milestones are going to be done hours before you expect it.
So basically, when the NFL players were on Twitter saying like, "What's up? Like, what are we gonna do?" Somebody in corporate was telling Pete, we told you to do this 3 months ago. What happened?
And Pete's like,
he just wakes up.
Oh shit! Is it time? That's Pete.
It's when I do my best work.
Right, under pressure.
That's right. So I don't know. Like everything. As long as the commissioner is the commissioner, this is what it's a clown show. So he could have gone with Adam Silver and been like, yo, bro, because he's doing it right.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're going to talk about that in a second. He's doing it right the best way that he can. Adam Silver, the NBA.
Good. And that's all we expect.
But transitioning to talking about life in the bubble, here's this week's edition of it, because I feel like this is going to be a topic for months because it's so fascinating. I find out stuff about it every week.
What's new, Pussycat? Because I know nothing new.
Well, first of all, something is working because they have reported 0 positive status over the last week.
All right.
So they're doing something right. But some interesting fact. They're showing pictures from the bubble and they're showing things like, it's basically like 2K in person. They're building a barbershop in the bubble. Did you see that?
It's so adorable. It doesn't even look real.
It looks just like 2K.
Oh my God.
They're geniuses. I feel like they sat back and had a meeting like, yo, what if we make this like 2K?
That's so, and I don't have much experience with 2K, but I have watched people pick their outfits and they shoot around, kind of like practice.
That's right. So it looks very similar to it's drawing parallels for sure.
Oh, that is adorable.
It's so cool. And if I were an NBA player, I would be embracing all of this right now, just because when is this ever going to happen again?
Right.
Hopefully never. But
and, I mean, hopefully at some point they open this up to the public. That would be the best marketing move. Like once the season is done, allow patrons to come through. Just like Disney World is gonna open up its doors soon. If they're not already open.
They're already open.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
See?
But there is no actual distinction. There's no fence. There's areas between the bubble and the public that have not been distinguished. So it's like people have the potential to kind of screw up,
commingle
people to show up and stuff like that.
I imagine they were just on a little island, like literally a fancy island in the middle of Disney World where nobody could get to them unless they were on a boat. That is
Speaking of boats, that's part of the activities that they're doing. Everybody's fishing.
Really?
Everybody's going fishing. They do catch and release out there. So
okay.
But they're saying that there's only like 14 poles or something like that, but everybody wants to go fishing, so they're buying more poles. Like, who would have thought? Anyway, it's just crazy to me. Remember last week when we were talking about the DJ, and we are like, well,
yes.
what? Why did they hire a DJ?
Right.
So apparently the first Saturday everybody got there, the NBA held like a party at the pool, and this DJ did a set, and Dwight Howard was the only one that showed up.
Oh, and of course that party animal.
He was ready.
He just
rubbing his hands together
with them big ass shoulders.
And his shoulders side to side. Let's go.
I hope not knocking shit down. He got some big shoulders, and it's just maybe it's
He's
just
all
me.
Shoulders.
He just looks like he has putting a suit on him would be ridiculous.
No, it's silly.
It'd be
I hate when he comes,
like hanging it up on the wooden hanger. It'd be a mess.
Nah, his Taylor's not cool with him. He didn't like when you show up. Damn it. But yeah, so there's the 2K stuff, they're fishing, they're offering, so they've already developed like little spots that, like, they've closed a restaurant off to the public, and that's become like their like place, all the players and staff, where they all like just kick it, like the Max in Saved by the Bell. See, I'm dating myself.
Come on.
But, or what was the coffee shop in Friends?
Central Perk.
And what was the bar? Nipsey's on Martin. Yeah.
Yeah, so we must give our references.
Yeah. It has to be like Nipsey's, because they said it's like a bar.
Oh yeah,
it's bar food.
It's Nipsey's.
But, you know, there's some things in the bubble that are kind of interesting to me this week. Sorry, it's not more in depth about players and scores and, you know, how well people are playing yet, because we don't know yet.
We have no idea.
We have not crossed that bridge yet.
No clue.
So there's two things that are being questioning. People are curious about, like, who's leaving the bubble for a wedding. So there's a player.
That's an option?
So there's a player on the Lakers who is not a starter, but he is a role player, but he apparently is important to the team. But his sister's wedding happened, and he went around and asked people about if he should. He wanted to go, and they were, you know, he said, I talked to LeBron and AD, and they were cool with it, and I talked to Coach, and I'm like, that's funny he ran it by LeBron. That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, you got to think, because if I were to have to try to make a decision like that, I'm gonna go to a senior player on some, hey, what would you do type stuff, because it's so easy for you to mess up as a, you know, not so big name,
right? And
then the press will ask a LeBron, hey, what do you think about so and so going to his sister's wedding? And, you know, to get that condemnation publicly from them, you know, would probably really suck. So
yeah.
To ask them beforehand, I mean, it makes sense. I would ask.
Yeah. And he went around and did his rounds, and he said everybody was cool with it, but at the end of the day, he stayed. So he didn't go to his sister's wedding. He just had people record videos so he could watch it. But he did say that when he watched the video, he was like, man, 75%, I would say, was wearing their mask, and then some weren't. So he probably, I guess, did the right thing. Because, I mean, I feel like that there's levels to this. Like, they're a championship contender, so I get why he stayed. If they're the bottom, then maybe he probably would have thought, I'll just go.
Right.
Because the NBA has built-in protocols for absences like this. So if a player leaves for fewer than 7 days, so less than a week, and tests negative on each day that he is not inside the bubble. So he has to leave and test himself every day. So
why not just test yourself the day before you get ready to come back?
I don't know. I feel like they do that because
ooh, child.
if you test positive like on the second day, then it's like, okay, this is how many days you're going to have to quarantine when you get back, you know. But that's just a guess. But he has to test negative on each day that he's not inside the bubble. And he has to quarantine for 4 days once he gets back. So that he took that into consideration too. Mm-hmm. So, and then any player that leaves the bubble without approval will be subject to a minimum quarantine of 10 days. It's like your punishment.
Oh my God. You sit in jail. Like you go AWOL, you sit in the freaking jail cell.
Someone's like, I got to get out of here. Someone gets DoorDash. It's nope, 10 days. You should see these media, some of the media, it's hilarious. They feel like they haven't seen the light of day. They have to be quarantined too.
The media?
A minimum. Yeah.
And are they staying there?
They're there, but they have to quarantine for, I want to say 10 days before they can even be around other people.
But that would be fun. For me, being media around, like, because I don't know. Now Instagram has allowed me to see the softer side of Sears, basically. The goofy, now I'm dating myself. The easier going side of the players. Like, so I'm talking, nigga knocking in, you know, I'm just pranks, and I'm just doing all kind of stuff. I'm gonna go down the hall and then just take off running, or I hear some people walking down the hall and be like, "Shut up, bitch," you know. That would be so much more fun.
I feel like people have done that. We just don't know it. Oh. People like R.J. Smith, like I feel like he would do stuff like that. He's a prankster. Joel Embiid, prankster.
What's the guy's name with that? You know that everybody's like with the question marks around his face.
Oh, Nick Young.
Nick Young. I feel like he'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't picture him not smiling and laughing all the time.
It looks like his face was made to smile.
Just to smile.
To make that face.
To make that face. Yeah. Did you see the little video where there was like a kid on the sidelines, or somebody was on the sidelines, and Nick and showed him his face, and he took it in stride. Right. He thought it was funny. So like people like that,
yeah,
like let's be friends.
So what would you leave the bubble for if it were you? I'm talking a sibling. Would you leave the wedding for a sibling?
Would I
leave the bubble for the wedding of a sibling?
The wedding of a sibling. It depends on how I feel about the spouse. Honestly, if I think it's gonna last, then I have positioned myself. Now, mind you, I've never made millions of anything. Mistakes, maybe. Dollars, no. So I guess it's different when you're talking that high, you know, in the tax bracket. But I've positioned myself to where I will never miss important life things for work. Work goes on, and regardless of how needed you feel, when, you know, you're in your position, just know if something were to happen to you and you weren't going to come back today, by next week at the latest, they will have replaced you. And those moments you don't get back. So I honestly, it just depends. It depends on who. It depends on what. Sicknesses, for sure, I'm out. See y'all when I see y'all. See y'all, like my grandma used to say, see y'all in the funny papers. I don't know what that meant, but it meant see you later. So
that's the comics.
Right. Come on. Amos, no, not Amos and Andy. What's the
woman?
I don't know.
I forgot her name. No.
Family Circle. Remember Family Circle?
Yeah.
Family Circus or Family Circle?
Circus.
Circus?
I don't know.
I don't know. That little boy had a big old head, though.
Big old bubble head.
But yeah, no. So it just depends. It depends on what it is. I wouldn't leave for foolishness, though, just because I don't like being tested. If for no other reason, I don't like being tested. If there's an alternative way, if y'all can swab my mouth, then what that lady said on that video on IG, I give you my mouth. You can have this mouth all day. But you got to stick it in my nose? I don't want it in my nose.
So she said you can have my mouth.
You can have this mouth all day. I can do that.
But I don't know, man. If because that's one of those things that hopefully doesn't happen again, like a wedding, you know?
Right.
So if it were my sister, I would probably be there, knowing full well I'm going to have to test every day in quarantine when I get back. But honestly, I'm a competitor. So if we had a chance at a title run,
I ain't gonna listen.
I don't know, man. There's something to be said about that feeling of winning.
Going
but
nowhere.
And then the other situation is people leaving to be there for the birth of their children.
Peace. I'm out.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer.
I'm out.
So, and especially if you're probably like in one of the only places in the world where there's a zero positive status, you're good. It's really just getting back in that's the issue.
Right,
It's everybody else you got to worry about. So I would do that. But yeah, that's this week in the NBA bubble. I'll have more to talk about next week when they actually start.
Right. And I mean, just to go back to the weddings real quick, I have some pretty smart people around me. Even if you, KP, were to get married and I was in a position where I had to possibly put millions of dollars at jeopardy, I will call you and say, listen, I want to be there. But if I'm not there and I were to send you a bomb gift,
I was about to say, just buy me a bomb, like you got it.
Right. Let me send you a few racks and maybe that'll make up. Now I will deal with the emotional depression and toil of not having seen you all beautiful on your day. I can handle that. But just to make sure you're good, let me send you some racks and relax.
And I would say I think I can manage.
I think I believe you're a smart girl.
Do you?
Let me listen. Where are y'all going on honeymoon? I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Honeymoon's on.
What's up?
See, that's a compromise. It's always a compromise. But again, if I slit my wrist because I cannot deal with the disappointment of not being there for you on that day, that's on me. That's on me. Nothing's on you. It's okay. It's okay. But I'll be good. I'll be
Except
fine.
it would. So yeah, this week in the NBA bubble, brought to you by Curiosity and Wonder. Also, I just want to say real quick before we switch gears, just a congratulations to Colin Kaepernick on his partnership with Disney. He signed a deal with Disney.
Woohoo! Now that's what the that's what we should have saved that for.
Right, I know exactly what you're talking about
that's
too.
That's what we saved that for. My bad. But congratulations! I did not know this. What's he going to be doing with Disney? What's he got going on?
So he's going to be featured in. Well, the first project is going to be a docuseries based on him and everything he's been going on with, and everything that's been going on with him. So that's the first thing. But it's a multi-network deal. So not only is it just, ESPN, because Disney owns ESPN, but these are just a few of the networks that he will be able to do his projects in. ESPN, Hulu, Pixar, The Undefeated, which is a great it's like a real raw and uncut kind of like a news magazine, but it's basically players who write their own articles about things that go on in their life.
Cool.
But
is it like a diary?
It's kind of like, it's just real. It's they might be going through something like real in their lives, and it's just them writing about it. Aww. It's not someone else from ESPN writing about them. It's them. And I urge anyone who's listening to check out The Undefeated. It's amazing. I love it. And it'll make you see a lot of the superstars that you see all the time. You'll think of them so much differently after you read.
Okay.
I'm like, man, these people are really smart. And like they have depth and
Okay.
But he's going to focus on telling scripted and unscripted stories that explore race, social injustice, and basically the quest for equality. So it's also good. He also wants to make sure that he provides a platform to showcase work of minority directors and producers. So hey, good for him.
Congratulations. Thank you and congratulations.
I hear Disney and I just hear money. Who runs Disney? Mickey Mouse? That's right. He's going to be right there with Mahomes. Right. I feel like he's still alive.
Oh my goodness. I'm happy that like he is, if I Told You So was a person. I love that guy.
I also just want to note that he is still in shape and game ready. And nobody has called him. As of this show, nobody has called him yet. And that's after the NFL commissioner apologized and said, you probably should pay more attention to this. Our
right.
Bad. Ooh, sorry about that. Our bad. Right. Whatever.
Oops.
But let's see what happens when people try to kneel this year. That's all I got to say about that. But,
I've seen coaches actually saying that they were going to kneel with their players.
Yeah.
And then I'd also seen somebody saying, well, or somewhere, and I don't know if this was a plan or if this was a possibility, that they would do the national anthem in the locker room as opposed to doing it out on the field.
This is so wild. This is so
It
unprecedented.
literally has nothing to do with the national anthem. It's the part that they are still
They are
not kidding.
so freaking like, they are so set on people not kneeling. They are trying to keep certain people happy. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. I mean, and it's just because those people are just too short-sighted to see the bigger picture, because they are doing everything. Hey, we'll change the name of this ride at Disney World, but we ain't gonna stop killing y'all. That's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
We'll take down this monument, but that's about it. You're still gonna get stopped and
It's just fascinating me. It's fascinating to me that the NBA is doing, with that, barring aside the fact that they can't be with their families right now, they're doing everything right.
Right.
And the NFL is doing almost everything wrong. It's like, how can it be so different? But that's what happens when you have a commissioner who's open-minded and listens to people and listens to his players, and one who doesn't. So, but yeah, congratulations to Cap. He definitely deserves it, man, because he's a freaking pioneer.
Oh yeah,
he was doing it before and he told us, and we're still here. And you know what? Good for him. Good for freaking him. So congratulations to him. But what you got for us, Miss Bray?
I want to know how much disclosure you feel as though you should have in your relationship. And when I say that, I mean, say you're dating someone. Before I get into that, because we're about to talk about appearance, and might I just say, you look
as I'm fluffing my hair.
You look smashing. When I tell y'all, KP is the queen of dress down chic. I thought, so my thing with my friends was like, if they call me and they're already out and they're like, girl, come meet me, I will show up in sweats and J's, maybe a little crop top. And when I say a crop top, I don't mean like tight crop top. I'm talking like a baggy long sleeve crop top with a hood on it. I don't
make that work.
I don't want to be seen. And I'm talking heels and dresses, and I'm just like, y'all, I'm chilling. I thought I had that on lock. And then there was KP. Then there was KP, and she is literally in here in this amazing Dragon Ball Z hoodie, and I'm enamored. Let's just say,
thank you.
I am enamored. So, but
I wore it because I had nothing else. It was wash day, so but I'll take what I can get.
Listen. See, I don't have an excuse for this.
She's wearing a Rugrats shirt that's like kind of hidden.
It's not.
It's Rick and Morty.
It's Rick and Morty.
I thought that was. That's dope.
Serious?
No, that's dope. I thought that was on top. I thought that was what's the baby's name?
Who?
The baby on Rugrats. What's his
Dill?
I thought that was Dill. Because it only if you're listening or not watching, you only see half of each of their heads.
Oh yeah. Okay,
So,
I can see maybe this being Reptar-ish.
It was just the top part that I saw at first, but yeah, that's a dope shirt and it's tie dye.
Thanks.
So
now I'm touching my boobs.
Yep. Enjoy, YouTube watchers.
We always end up like that. But no, so suppose, okay, so say you're in a relationship, you're dating someone, you're married, it doesn't matter. You have a significant other, and it's time to change up your appearance. My question to you is, do you ask them or consult with them prior to? And when I say change your appearance, I'm talking piercings, shavings, growings, colorings, switching ups of anything aesthetically. Is this something that you are going to ask them about first?
Is this my appearance change or his appearance change?
We're going to do both. So let's start with you, because I like that. I like that there could possibly be two different answers. Oh, the double standard is afoot.
Because I am not a typical woman.
Let's do it. What kind of woman are you, KP?
I know.
You tell the people.
I just feel like anything a man can do, so can a woman. Like, don't be sitting at home waiting on a man. Talking about why you haven't made it home yet when you can be out with your girls having a good time. Like, come on.
People watching in the hotel lobby.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like you know the answer to this.
But they don't. Let's tell the people.
So I change my look every 8 to 10 weeks, hair-wise, okay? And for me, if I change my hair, I can look like a completely different person.
Yes.
It could be the color. It could be whether it's curly or straight. And so for me, whoever I'm with, it's going to make a big difference. Like I change, it's consistent. Every 8 to 10 weeks, I'm going to show up and my hair is either going to be brighter, lighter, or a different color. That's just how it is. Same thing with my nails.
How do you afford 8 to 10 weeks?
I save and I scrap. Priorities.
And I eat noodles.
So don't judge me. I'm eating my ramen noodles. I got a hair appointment tomorrow. I'm eating ramen noodles for the rest of the month.
Oh, but this hair, though.
Yeah, but this hair, I look like I made it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, goodness.
But those are the things that I splurge on. I don't splurge on a lot of things.
But so if you're changing it every 8 to 10 weeks, you're going to try something different.
Right.
Are you asking, hey, what do you think about this? Or do you think I like,
nope.
Are you like, nope, you just.
Well, okay. I will give the courtesy of, if I have an idea that I found in pictures, I'll send it to my significant other and say, hey, what'd you think about this? And it could be totally different from my look. I'm talking I will change it. Cut, everything, right? And, I wait for their opinion, but I always end up doing what I want anyway.
Right. Okay. So that was going to be my next question. Once you send it to them, are you, banking on their answer to help you determine whether or not you're going to make
Not unless they're like, no, just.
Please don't. Oh, God.
I've never had anybody just say, like, that's not going to look good on you. Like, don't do it. It's usually been like, well, I prefer if you would, sometimes they're like, yeah, that'd be fire. And then other times it's like, nah, I really liked it when you were this color. But if I'm really feeling it, I'm going to do it whether you're okay with it or not.
Okay. Yeah. So your guy.
Oh, no, he's got to check in. Total double standard.
Yes, I knew it.
Total double standard.
I was expecting you to say that.
If I'm in a new relationship, for example, and I like facial hair. So, I love facial, especially like a good scruff, like a not a 5 o'clock shadow, but just a little bit more than that. I love that. So if I'm dating somebody new and they're not, they're late to the party, it's okay. Like I'll let you know. So I'll tell you, man, when you've grown it out for a couple of days, that's when you go in. That's when you go in. They might be clean shaven. You like you look good.
Okay,
and then but then like if whatever it is that I want, once I see it, I'm like, man, ooh.
Stay there. Don't move.
You look bad. Like you look fine as hell. Look at your beard. Like that is. Why have you never done that before? I see you. I'm like, man, if you do that with like a taper fade and
right, come on, suggestions,
bad.
And you know how most guys are, especially guys that we seem to be attracted to. You'll say, if you do that with a taper or something, they won't even say nothing. Next couple of weeks,
show up with it,
just to see if you notice.
That's right.
Just to say, girl, and if you don't notice, there will be hell to pay.
And it's happened. Let me tell you. But you know what? I appreciate them listening, and when it happens, they show up.
See,
I see you listening. You know what? You look good.
So first of all, let me throw this stat out there for you. There was a poll done by a publication that shall remain nameless, and they basically asked the question, do you consult? And apparently 76% of women have to consult with their male counterpart, because this was a male-female poll that was done. And 76% of women felt as though they needed to consult.
Okay, stop right there. I'm sorry. They feel they need to consult, or that the men feel like they need to consult?
And that's the thing. They did not specify.
Okay.
Because I also feel that there is a difference between you wanting to ask and them telling you should, or telling you anyway, them suggesting or preferring that you consult with them. But it just basically said they asked such and such amount of women, and 76% of those women said that they consult with their significant other before making a change. And then consult is up for interpretation. But KP and I are a lot in the way that we think in regards to that specific matter. I don't have to. If I don't have to, and I could not say I don't even have to say, babe, I'm going to get my hair done. If I just want to show up with something different. Now, it's not to defy, it's to surprise in my case.
I like that.
But he does not necessarily request that honestly, y'all, I just recently started playing with my hair. I'm typically natural. And when I say I've been natural since before being natural was cool. I am, how old am I now? 30, I'm 34.
I'm grown up.
I'm an adult. I'm that auntie age.
That's right. Auntie age.
Right.
Showing up in the club as somebody's auntie.
Humbra. So I'm, 34. And I think I've been natural since I was 19. And the only reason I've been natural that long is because, you move out your mama's house. And I had been out of my mom's house, but that was the only person that I ever let put a perm in my hair. So once I couldn't sit between my mama's legs and get this perm put, is just for me put in my hair, this style, body, and shine, a look that's totally all mine. I decided to just kind of let it do whatever it's going to do. But then I would straighten it, or flat iron it, I should say. Got tired of flat ironing it, and then I've been curly. So his thing was, he doesn't mind seeing me any kind of way. I want to say just within the past 4 years, I'll throw tracks in maybe once, maybe twice a year. And baby, when I get these bundles, you better watch out. You better watch out, because she is unstoppable. So I'll get bundles. I played with faux locks and the passion twist, the long twist.
Those were dope.
Oh my, thank you, because that'll be next. But for the most part, I'm natural. So he likes me either way, though. But he honestly does like me more straight. But anytime I will try something different, because I'm not used to doing different things with my hair, I'm going to ask him just to be like, because he's got an eye for, what'll work and what won't work. And sometimes I don't agree with him because I feel like I got too much face for my hair to be pulled back. Like I've been wearing it. Like I got a whole, especially with my glasses off. Hold on. See, I have so much face, and my glasses kind of break up the monotony of my face. But
that's an interesting thought.
What?
Only you would say that about your face.
Oh, it's so much. It takes up so much surface area. It's ridiculous. But I'm okay with it. I've always known I got a big old face, a big old forehead. Just it's all over the place. But no, I don't have to. But I will, just to see if I'm completely missing the mark. And he has, he's got an opinion. So I let him have that. Again, like you, if I'm dead set on doing it, I'm going to do it. And he's going to, cheer me on. But also like you. So when I first of all, when I first got with my husband, he was 100 and what? Maybe 30 something, 40. I'm so sorry, baby, if I'm so wrong. I'm not trying to sun you.
Wait, he's going to post on your Instagram. It was actually,
we'll do an edit for next week. I promise you next week I'm going to know the weight. I promise you.
When we edit the show, it's going to be like all this energy. And then when you hear the pounds, it's going to be like 137.
Right. Pounds. If we have to edit it, we have to make it that obvious.
We do now.
Or make it like a computer voice.
That's right.
Not even, no. It's just somebody, or whoever's going to edit the show. If it's I can't think of her name.
Miss
Eloisa, or some random guy named Pete or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just let them say it. But no, so he was 140 pounds wet with rocks in his pockets when I met him. And now he's a tank, and I love it. And I made him what I wanted him to be.
I made him.
It's about my best work yet. So between that, I instead of saying, hey, I want you to look like this, I was just like, here, babe, you should eat. You should eat this. And when I tell you I used to cook, oh my God, now I done got late. I am the definition of got comfortable and stopped doing the stuff I used to do, because I don't cook as much. I gotta say, that's my bad. But his facial hair, he did not have facial hair. He might have had a mustache or something, but that beard was not there. And then one day I looked at him, I cocked my head to the side, and I was like, you might look good with a little scruff. So I encouraged it. And my po baby, and like a lot of y'all out there, so don't sit up there on your high horse like you was just born with a face full of hair.
Yeah.
But my baby had a little trouble connecting.
his struggle beard.
Little struggle. You know what I'm saying? A little piece. It wasn't quite Anthony Hamilton, but he had a little...
I'm done. I'm logging off.
He had a little trouble connecting.
I'm logging off. Patchy beard.
Come on. So what did I do? You know, the internet is an amazing place. Instagram. He ended up not even an endorsement, but being almost a brand ambassador for this beard company.
Stop.
Oh my God, you haven't seen the girl. There's this video.
I have to see it.
Oh my God. So he's taking a shower, but I'm doing the recording for it, and it's just him doing the tutorial.
This is amazing.
Oh my God, girl.
I gotta see it now.
Okay, so it's on like the easiest one to find, I believe, is on Facebook. And the company put it on Facebook, and they have an ad on Instagram. So it's not like on their page. It just shows up as an ad every so often. And girl, I go through the comments just when I'm bored, like maybe once every 6 months. I'll go look at the comments, and baby, these women are hilarious. And I'm a troll. And when I say a troll, I'm not like a hating troll. I'm like
a support troll?
A supportive troll. Like, okay. So if he posts a workout video or something, like he posted the other day, like a back workout, and his caption just said "on the way." And my response, this was just in his DMs. I was just like, you ain't on the way nowhere. Sit your ass down. And something I said, and it's just, so that's how I troll. But girl, when I tell you these women, they in these comments just as thirsty as they want to be.
Honey.
And some, they see the ring on his hand in the video, and they're like, oh, thank his wife. And I'm like, y'all welcome, enjoy it. Like,
wait, you say that?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I comment.
You're my hero.
You know what? Because my thing is, I like to go through the comments, and I'll see, oh, babe, could you have pulled her? Oh, babe, she bad. You could have, what I'm saying? Like, just, just in good fun. But all of that to say, if he were to cut his beard,
is it over? Are you serving papers?
First of all, let's rewind a bit. When he changes his haircut and he goes too low, I'll be like, say, brother, you did something different with your haircut this time.
I agree.
Want to talk about it?
I can tell by the tone of your voice that you're not a fan. And I agree.
Come holler at me right fast. Like, why is it? It's gotten to the point that I think last week I was like, say, he faded it up a little high in the back this time.
A little bald fade. I don't know about this.
Right.
Yeah.
You giving me super middle school vibes.
Super Houston high school bald fade. Almost Southside fade vibes.
Ooh, that's very
I'm not
specific.
a fan of that.
And to me, that's what it looked like. And he was just kind of like, mind your business. Not really, but he was just like.
He probably felt some way about it though.
Well, he told me, he was like, well, this was him standing his ground, like on some, you better not say nothing else. He was like, well, I asked him to do it. And that was my cue to just be like, okay. And I walked out of the bathroom, didn't say nothing else about it. But so something like that I noticed. So I will say, and he has a luxurious beard.
It is.
Thank you. Shines and all.
Juices and berries.
Juices and berries. But we'll talk about those juices and berries later.
Oh,
because
my.
This is the episode of double entendres. I'm so sorry. Yeah. But it's over. All that to say, it's over.
Okay, yeah. You're serving paper.
I'm serving paper. I'm ready to sign it. You see this piece of paper right here?
That's right.
It's over. And I just want you to sign and date here.
What would the reason be?
Irreconcilable differences.
That's right. Details, beard, period.
Beard.
Lack of beard.
Lack o' beard with a apostrophe right behind that O. Like, no, you cannot be, at this point, once I get used to seeing you a certain way and you switch it up on me, I'm probably going to be the most turned off if Softy was a person.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't want any parts of you until you grow up and you look like a man again. Because at this point, I feel real pedophilic. And listen, I don't want no parts.
If you want to get extra petty on the paper, just put, instead of lack of beard, just said Wait, no, it was beard. Lack of beard.
Lack of beard.
Won't grow it back.
Won't grow it back. Can't grow it back.
No, that's the petty part. Oh, y'all sending mediation. Oh, I can't grow it back, huh?
Look, and then I'm because at this point he gonna be trying to prove a point, and we in mediation. Oh, I can't grow. Look at you. Look at it.
No, he gonna show up to mediation with the beard and the taper fade. You're like, forget it. You're like, nah. Mm-mm.
And I look, you know,
if you didn't want me at my worst, and give this taper fade to somebody who appreciates
listen,
me.
No. And
he wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
He gonna show up full beard, and I'm gonna just be like, oh yeah. That's how you, oh yeah, for
Can
real.
You excuse us for a moment. We'd like to
right. Lawyers aside.
But I wonder how all the men out there listening to this feel about this, because I honestly think some men just don't care. Like, I feel like,
really?
But then I think most men do care about women, women changing their look, because they met them a certain way. Maybe they like that and are afraid of change. Because some people don't, they like them the way they are, but maybe they won't look as, I don't know. Maybe they think maybe she won't look as bad if she changed her hair.
As bad?
Like, bad in a good way.
Oh, okay.
Like, maybe she wouldn't look as good if she changed her hair.
Okay.
She looks so good now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
That's, girl, and one thing I can say about mine is he's very in tune with looks, but he knows not to say nothing to me about it.
Yeah.
Because if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
I am going to, because, and you know, you'll notice, you know, I don't keep up with lashes. I don't keep up with nails. I'll go get my feet done, and my feet is literally only because he has specifically, now he said that he wants me to start doing manicures. Because I like, if I'm gonna get my nails done, I want them long. He doesn't like them long. And so I was just like, and this is an instance where, you know, I took his opinion, because he explicitly just does not like it. I've had it, he's experienced, and he's just like, I'll pass. It's like, okay, so it's no point in getting it, because I get it for him. Because, anyway, I get it. I thought I was getting it for him, but I don't keep up with stuff like that. So, but he has explicitly mentioned feet. He likes to, even recently, with even people's feet. Like, when he sees people's feet on Instagram, he judges them. He's terrible with being judgmental.
First of all, wait, is he zooming in on it? Or is he just saying, like,
I'm mad you asked me that question, because I have to be honest. We were sitting in the car.
I'm done with him.
Girl, he shows me a picture of this chick, and he's like, man, babe, look at her feet. And he zoomed in. Because he had to. Because it was a full body shot. A whole lot of everything going on in this picture.
Were the feet throwing up gang signs?
No, they weren't. He just, I don't know. He's real finicky. Feet and, well, now I'll leave that out, because I don't want to, you know.
Throw all his business.
Yeah, but no, it'll come out eventually, guys.
I'm sure it will.
We'll be here for a while.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But no, he's got a thing for feet. So now, and I told him, I was like, well, you can't be zooming in on other women's feet, and your woman's feet look like she been beatboxing, or what do you do with feet? I don't know. Walking on coals. And no, my feet
walking
don't
on
look
rocks.
Right, my feet don't look
rocks.
like I've walked on coals or kicked rocks, but you know.
For the YouTube watchers, they're not looking like not one on top of the other.
Pterodactyl toes. It's just right. It's none of that going on. But I be having other stuff to do, man. I don't want to sit up in this place for an hour and a half for these people. I would much rather go to Five Guys and have a hamburger with everything on it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I dislike about getting my hair done, because
it takes so long.
It depends. Like, if I'm getting everything done, it takes 5 hours.
What's everything?
So that's like if I get like full highlights, because I'm natural in that I don't add anything to my hair, but I'm not natural in that I process my hair.
Right. So coloring.
So it's not a wig. It's my hair, and I change my color. So, which a lot of people are kind of afraid to do. But like when I get full highlights, which is like basically foil all over your head, it takes them like 2 hours just to do that.
Ooh.
And then all in all, I'm there 5 hours. But that happens like once every 3 months, I would say. And then I go
Still
in
quite
like
frequent.
it is.
Because that's what, $500-$600?
No, not that much. It's not that much.
Okay.
But ramen noodles are tasty. I mean, yeah, it's all good. I mean, whatever. It's all good.
Oh yeah.
But like in between those, I still go back, and I change my tone. So anybody knows about hair out there. So like, if I'm blonde right now and I'm bored, I go back in like 10 weeks and I'll change it to rose gold, or I've done purple before.
And I loved you with rose gold and purple.
You.
What's next? What can the people expect next?
My hairdresser wants me to try this teal. Ooh. And it's I promise y'all, it's not like, it's classy, okay?
I mean,
promise.
You've had purple and it was classy.
Thank you. I try to make it to where it's not like hot purple or hot pink. It's like,
it's subtle. It's
yeah,
like,
you can. It's enough to see it.
Right.
And you're like,
right.
Yeah. So I might do teal. If I don't do teal, I'll probably do rose gold again.
I can't wait.
I'll see it. But yeah, you'll probably be able to date the show just based on my hair.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 3 months. It's about that time.
Yeah, but I don't think I could ever date somebody who isn't okay with me just going and doing my thing.
I mean, and that's good. I mean, because you don't ever want people to just be so possessive to where if you don't tell them that it causes a problem, just be open to change. Be a little flexible. It's, a little change never hurt nobody. And just as quick as I changed it, I can change it back. I mean, unless you get a tattoo on your face, and then we have a problem.
Yeah. No ice cream cones on the side of my face. Ooh. I'll never do that.
And just as quick as you set the appointment to get it done, I'm going to be Googling laser tattoo removal.
Yeah.
That's just how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Because I can't, and I'm saying that with a husband who has literally tattoos up to his ears. But
and that's why that's the irony in me, because I do the lashes, I do the nails, I know it sounds very fancy, but I'm not a fancy person. Those are the 3 things I splurge on. It's hair, nails, and lashes.
I remember I told you she's like minimalist chic.
Yeah, I want to get dressed up and go somewhere, but this pandemic won't let me be great. I want to get dressed up, but it's
you should have saw the dress that I pulled out today. And the only reason I didn't wear it was because of this boot I have on my foot.
Yeah.
But other than that, like once I can walk regular, these outfits are about to be drastic because where else am I going to wear them?
Listen, I'm telling y'all, we about to show up to the studio in some looks, okay?
Now my
one shoulder tops, okay?
Okay, waist belts and whatnot.
Chandelier earrings.
Come on, somebody. Listen, and I'm not, don't expect makeup still. I'm just wearing the outfit because it needs to be worn, and maybe I don't want to wear sweats and sweat from the parking garage all the way up to
guys.
The
you know
suite.
what though? Guys like that. I'm telling you, I don't know. I've been approached more times at Walmart on a Tuesday,
right,
when I just woke up, with what should be a ponytail, but all the hair has come out of it. And then
I love it. And it's like probably at the top of your head with all your little flyaways.
Yeah. But I was wearing a mask at Kroger like a week ago, and someone walked by me and said, "You look like you're beautiful."
Wait a minute. No. Let's not even go that far back. What just happened as we were getting in the elevator coming up to record?
Oh, man. I think he was like a medical student or something.
So he was something. He was scrubbed out, face mask, the net on his head.
That's right. He's wearing a scrub cap.
But he had on Louis Vuitton tennis shoes.
He did? I wasn't even looking that hard.
Oh, baby, I looked that man up and down. I didn't know what he was coming to say to us.
Yeah.
So I had to get a description.
Yeah, it was a brother. We were walking into the studio, and we're in this huge high-rise, I guess, building where we record the show. And we were talking, and this guy in his scrubs walks by, and he's like, whoa. And that's all I heard. I heard it, but I kept talking to Braydience. So we're talking about the show, getting ready for the show. We try to catch the elevator, and we got to run like hell to catch these elevators, y'all, because these elevators do not play. And she got a boot on, y'all. Like,
just imagine the hobble, y'all.
So we run into I'm running to the elevator to make sure she can get in, so don't close on her foot. And this brother,
she's such a gentleman.
Thank you. And the guy comes back, and he's like, "Excuse me, you look a lot like my wife." And Y'all, I'm sorry. I fell for it, y'all. I was like, oh, I do?
I fell for it too.
The way his delivery was a delivery.
Right. It was delivery. It was delivery.
And he was like, you look so much like my wife. And I was like, oh, and he was like, my future wife.
Look, wait, that's not it though. What else did he say?
What else did he say?
He said, I prayed about you.
Y'all, I fell for the okie doke.
And look, he says, I prayed about you. And she goes, well, I guess I'll see you later. And like, let the elevator close.
The elevator door closed. I'm such a savage. He said, well, I said, well, guess I'll see you around.
Look, it just, well, if you prayed for me, then truly I belong to you, apparently. So we'll pick this up at some other time. Same bad time, same bad time.
He was like, all right.
Right, because what could he say? The elevator was closing in his face.
That was it. He shot his shot, though.
And it was unique.
We got to talk about that one day, too. Shooting your shot and how intimidating that is or isn't for a man.
And I'm going to tell y'all how to do it. I'm going to tell guys the secret of how to shoot your shot, which y'all probably already know.
Taking notes. Right.
Listen, sir.
Now, y'all make sure y'all tune in for that.
Right. So
we're gonna have show notes and everything for that one. Transcripts.
Oh yeah. And just speaking of shooting your shot and the things that guys don't know, part of what we want to do with this podcast is provide a platform where if you have questions that you want to ask your girl. And I'm talking anything, doesn't matter what spectrum it's on. I'm talking from finances to friends to periods. I'm talking sex, whatever it is that you want to know that you don't want to ask your girl or you want better understanding on. That's what me and KP are for.
Yeah.
You can, what are we going to take it in DMs?
Right now.
For now, we're going to do DMs. Later on, we're going to give y'all an email address where y'all can send them. And, we don't have to say your name. If you don't mind us saying your name, we can say Mike. He wrote in and said this, or Matt, Ryan, Justin.
Or anonymous.
Mm-hmm. Or Mystery Man.
That's right.
We'll name all of you Mystery Men. So, and I'm honestly, you won't be judged. We all had to learn at some point, and some things that seem to be obvious to some, some people just don't know.
Yeah, I love that. If y'all could send us your questions or topic suggestions on sports and relationships.
Oh yeah, we're always open to suggestions.
Super open to that.
Because we're here for y'all, and we want to give y'all what y'all want to hear.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we would like to talk about, but we would love to talk about what you want to talk about and make sure that we do that. So that's it for this week. We are going to head out and possibly run into the man in the scrubs. He could be waiting down in the elevator right now. We'll have more sports for you next week, more relationship talk, and who knows what the show will bring.
Right.
So thanks wherever you guys are, as usual, wherever you are, however you're listening. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Adios.